Today on Tracey's Basement, Dragon Ball Z. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you haven't been here before. It is Tracey's Basement, and today I'm talking about a few figures from a childhood favorite of both mine and my husband. It is Dragon Ball Z. If you were an anime fan in the 90s, this was one of the shows, one of the few shows that was available on YTV. We watched the hell out of it. It's still a huge favorite even today. My daughter even loves it. So we have a nice little collection going on of figures that we've picked up here and there. You may have caught glimpses of a few of them in my Funko Pop collection video behind the DBZ Funko Pops. So I'm going to share 3 pieces with you today. I'm not going to do the whole collection at once. I'm going to talk about 3 pieces, and if you guys enjoy the video, you can let me know and I'll do some more of them. How's that sound? Good? Good. So the first piece I'm going to show you is from a series that we've collected a few of now because they actually turned out to be really nice. They are the Master Stars collection, and when we first ordered the first 2, I believe we got at once. We ordered them online, and we were a little bit wary right off the bat because, you know, ordering something online when you haven't actually seen it in person, you can never really be sure what it's going to look like when you get it. And then when we did get it, we were even more wary because they come in these boxes. And this box looked very, very small compared to the pictures that we saw online. The price was right, but they did look extremely small when they showed up in this box. Luckily, these figures come with very little internal packaging. It's a thick cardboard box, but the figure itself is in 2 pieces in plastic inside the box, so they actually do take up the whole of this box. So the first one I'm showing you today is Son Goku 2, and this again is the box that he came in, but this is the figure once you put him together, so you can see he is actually significantly bigger than the box. You would imagine him to be put together in the box and be much smaller, but he actually comes in 2 pieces, so it takes up a lot less room. It's a little bit of an illusion looking at the box. So he easily casts together, and there he is. And these are pretty sweet figures, especially for the price of them. So he is a statue, obviously not posable or anything like that, but a very nicely done statue. An amazing mold. He's got every muscle, tendons in the neck, every fold in the clothing, wrinkles in the belt, creases in the boots. His boots have these little ropes around the ankles. The ropes have the little edging in them. Even the bottom of his boots have the treads. Like, there is an amazing amount of detail in this figure. His hands are extremely well done. You can see every knuckle, the creases on his knuckles and all that kind of thing. Extremely, extremely well painted. Lots of shading. You know, it's not just a flat, bright orange, say, for his jumpsuit. They've got multiple levels of shading so that it looks like there's shadow in the creases, in the edging of his muscles and all that kind of thing. It's just very extremely well done, especially for the price of the figure. And we have to talk about his head too, of course. He's got the classic anime eyes. His ears and nose and mouth and everything are just very, very well sculpted. And the hair, guys. I mean, it's anime hair, so it's crazy, it's weird, it's outrageous, but it's perfect. If you bring up a picture online of Goku, that his hair is perfect. They got every detail, every spike down. It's amazingly well done. The only complaint I have, and it's a very minor one, is the way they designed the hair. It is in 2 chunks. So this side and this side, and there's kind of a crease down the middle of them where they put the chunks together. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of annoying to me, but when you're standing them up, you're not seeing that, so it's barely a complaint at all. Other than that, this is an amazing figure. I'm really impressed with it. I'm really glad we decided to start picking these up because they are very well done. And he's very dense and heavy. Like, he's not a cheaply made figure. The only thing about him is, this is an actual complaint, they are not very steady. They do come with these little plastic dealies that fit on their feet. This is for the other figure, but they actually don't help very much. They're a little bit unsteady on their feet, and if you don't get them on the shelf perfectly, they have a tendency to topple. So we have had that happen a couple times. We think we've got it fairly down to a system now, but that is one thing that I will complain about them. Just the way they stand and whatnot, they are a little bit wobbly. So, long story short, this is a very nice statue. It is Goku to a T, and I have seen significantly less detailed pieces that cost twice as much, if not more, so we were really impressed when we opened this up and saw how nice it actually looks. Definitely a piece worth owning. So the second one I'm going to show you is from the same Master Arts line. I don't have the box on me right now, but it is the same basic story. The box is very misleading. When you first get it, it looks like it's going to be a lot smaller, but he did come in 2 pieces, and he is a nice size, just like the Goku. This one is Trunks, and he is definitely as nice as the first one. There are lots of details, again, just the creases and the folds in the clothing. His hair is amazing. Trunks' hair is very threads. It's lots of little threads, and they've got every one of them sculpted in there. It's just amazing. I love particularly his jacket because you probably can't see on the video because it's a very tiny detail, but they have the hems. All these lines on the edges have actual, like, almost the stitching right into them. You could practically design your own jacket pattern looking at this guy's jacket. It's extremely well done. It does, of course, have the capsule core symbol on the side there. He's got the nice belt that's holding on the holster for his sword. The sword is a separate, it's just a hilt. But I like how you can kind of pull it out a little bit. You don't have to have it jammed all the way in there, so it can kind of look like it's ready to go. The belt is like a bungee cord style, and I really like the detail on that as well. The boots, again, just like Goku's boots, lots of little folds and details, treads on the bottom. Just incredibly well done. One thing that I will say about Trunks, his eyes appear to have not been painted properly. If you look closely, there's no white in the white. It almost looks like they painted his whole head the flesh tone, and then maybe they kind of started to layer over the eyes, but they didn't quite finish. So the whites of his eyes are actually a very pale flesh tone, and that it detracts a bit. But if that's the only complaint I have about him, it's not a huge complaint. I love his face too, and like the little wrinkles around his nose, and he's got this glare, I'm ready to fight, I'm serious, I'm ready to go. The contrast being Goku, who is happy as hell. He knows he's about to fight, and he is happy about it. Like, let's go, this is going to be awesome. Whereas Trunks is the more serious, okay, this is important business kind of. I love the contrast in the 2 faces. That's pretty neat. And just, yeah, other than the eyes, I love his face. And I love Goku's face. They're both very well done. And again, the paint job, amazing, except for the eyes. But yes, the paint job, just like Goku's, you almost don't notice it. But if the shading wasn't there, you definitely would notice it. It's just very nicely done. Very appreciative. You know, they could have really cheaped out and just had everything be flat colors, but they've got all these nice little shaded parts so that the clothing looks more real, and it's just a very nicely done. Again, especially for the price, these guys are amazing. This plastic bit that I showed you earlier is actually for trunks, and two things, it's kind of a pain to get on. It's super, super tight, but it just kind of clips on the foot there, and it's meant to make them a little bit steadier, but it doesn't really seem to do all that much. It might be helping a little bit, but it's not really worth it in my opinion. They are, again, a little bit tippy. You just have to make sure that you set them up exactly right and don't go like banging the shelf or anything. Because these guys will fall over on you. So long story short, I really love these Master Stars pieces. They are so well done. They rival the quality of some pieces that are way more expensive. So that's a really big selling point. The only major issue is the fact that they are so easily to tip over. So you do have to keep that in mind. But if you get them steady on the shelf, they are amazing, and if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, definitely look into these because you will not be disappointed. And the final piece I'm going to show you today is a Figuarts piece. We picked it up quite a while ago in a shop in Sydney. It seemed very nice for the price that they were selling it for. This is the box, in case you are wondering. And looking at the box, you would think that it's probably a lot bigger than those two Master Stars, but it's actually significantly smaller. However, it is very dynamic. So it is Piccolo, obviously, and it is in a very dynamic pose, whereas the Master Stars guys are standing straight, legs out, arms up. This guy is in, like, battle pose, and it is absolutely awesome. So right off the bat, without even actually looking at the figure, he comes with this stand that is designed to look like the ground, obviously, but they have also these air current / dust balls so that it looks like, you know, he's powering up. There's wind and just that power flow current, if you know what I mean, that is kicking up the dust and the air, and it's a nice little touch. It's well done. It's in that anime style that you would recognize immediately. So rather than just have a plain flat stand for him to stand on, they added that little detail, which is really nice. And the figure himself, he is in this awesome pose, hand outreached like he is throwing an energy ball at an enemy up above him. It's an awesome pose, and the first part I notice about it is the cape flaring out behind him, blowing in the wind. They did an awesome job on the cape with the shoulder blades and the part that's going around his neck. Lots of folds and creases and detail, and again, just like the Master Arts ones, lots of shading to make it look more realistic. They did a great job on the head wrap as well. It actually looks like material wrapped around his head. Clothing, folds, creases, shading, all amazingly well done. Awesome job on his boots. Lots of little creases and bends in those as well. And his skin is amazingly well done. Piccolo being from Namek, of course, they have kind of this veiny skin, so you can see all the lines in his skin, and they have these muscular looking, it looks like the muscles are popping through their arms kind of thing. Very well done there as well. And his hand, the fingers, just very well done, so well molded. I love his face. He is screaming out a battle cry. His ears are well done. He's got the fangs. His tongue is purple, and there are so many little details that just scream Piccolo. It's just an extremely well done little figure in an awesome dynamic pose. Love it. So there he is again on his stand, looking just awesome in battle. It's an amazing piece. And just so you know, it does actually come with this second hand, so that he is doing this kind of deal. So you can change out this hand for that one, so that he looks like he's doing his special beam cannon. So if you prefer that, that is an option. So all things total, this is another amazing piece, and personally this is one of my favorite pieces in the collection, partly because I just love Piccolo. He's probably my favorite character in the show, but also, just look at him. Awesome. It's an awesome figure. So there you go, guys. Those are the 3 figures that I have for you today. What did you think of them? Do you agree or disagree with me on the quality of them? I'd love to hear from you on that. And if you've enjoyed taking a look at these 3 Dragon Ball Z figures and you'd like to see some more, because we do have a lot more in the collection, please give a big thumbs up to this video, leave a comment below so that we know what you guys like, so that we can move on in the future, because if you guys want to see it, we will show it. And if you've enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up either way. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this video. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Links in the description box below. As always, guys, keep coming back for more of Tracey's Basement. Bye! And this is the part where you guys can give me some love. If you liked the video and you want to watch some more, here are some of the more recent ones. And if you enjoyed the channel, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe right below. Please keep coming back for more videos. Bye!